Pleasant good afternoon to all. My name is Marsha Nicholson. This evening I will attempt to re-deliver a speech by President Fidel Castro, dated the 18th of May 1998 in the Palace of Nations, Geneva, Switzerland, after receiving a Medal of Health for All from the World Health Organization. Your Excellencies, officials of the World Health Organization, distinguished delegates. All praise to the World Health Organization, which together with UNICEF has helped to save the lives of hundreds of millions of children and millions of mothers, which has relieved the suffering and saved the lives of many more millions of human beings. These two institutions, together with the Food and Agriculture Organization, the United Nations Development Program, the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, the World Food Program, the United Nations Population Fund, UNESCO, and other organizations so bitterly opposed by those who would like to erase from the face of the earth the noble ideas which have inspired the creations of the United Nations, have made a decisive contribution in the establishment of a universal awareness of the serious problems of the world today and the great challenges which we have before us. Nowhere in the world, in no act of genocide, in no war, are so many people killed per minute, per hour, and per day as those who are killed by hunger and poverty on our planet 53 years after the creations of the United Nations. The children who die and could be saved are almost 100% poor. And of those who survive, we must ask, why 500,000 are left blind each year for lack of a simple vitamin which costs less than a pack of cigarettes per year? Why do 200 million children under 5 years of age undernourished? Why are there 250 million children and adolescents working? Why do 110 million not attend primary school and 275 million fail to attend secondary school? Why do 2 million girls become prostitutes each year? Why, in this world, which already produces almost $30 trillion worth of goods and services, do 1,300,000,000 human beings live in absolute poverty, receiving less than $1 a day, when there are those who receive more than $1 million a day? Why do 800 million lack the most basic health services? Why is it, of the 50 million that die each year in the world, whether adults or children, 17 million, that is approximately 50,000 per day, die of infectious diseases, which can almost all be cured, or even better, be prevented at a cost which is sometimes no more than $1 per person? How much is human life worth? What is the cost to humanity of the unjust and intolerable order which prevails in the world? Apart from the huge differences in the quality of life between rich and poor countries, people in rich countries live an average of 12 years longer than people in poor countries. And even within some nations, the differences in the life expectancy between the richest and the poorest is between 20 to 35 years. It is really sad to think that just in the area of maternal and postnatal care services, in spite of the efforts of the World Health Organization and UNICEF, that the number of people who die each year from lack of medical services are 600 million children and 25 million mothers who could have survived. That would have required a more rational and more just world. The prices of medicine are prohibitive of the third world, where only the most privileged can access them. The control of these large transnational companies control the patterns and the markets in which the prices continue to grow. The price of some of these antibiotics are as much as 50 times their production costs. The climate is changing. The seas and the atmospheres are heating up. Air and water are becoming contaminated. Deserts are growing. Soil is eroding. Forests are disappearing. Water is becoming scarce. Who can save our species? The blind, uncontrollable law of the market? That cannot be the way forward, or at least it can only exist for a small period in history. The World Health Organization is fighting heroically against these realities, and it also has the duty of being optimistic. As a Cuban and a revolutionary, I share their optimism. Cuba has fulfilled the World Health Organization Health for All for the year 2000 since 1983, in spite of the blockages it has suffered for almost 40 years, in spite of being a poor third world country. The rest of the world can also fight and win. I thank you very much.